Hello, everyone, and welcome to an exciting Link to the Past Randomizer 2v2 tournament race. This is a Smites tournament. Today we have In the Name of DT and Emetatron versus AdirondackRick and DarkCucco. I'm Alucard on commentary, and joining me is the illustrious Vitor. What's up, Vitor?
Not a whole lot. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to see a 2v2 race and be able to commentate on it. I'm really excited for especially this set of runners.
Yeah, and we have Team Butts In the Name of DT and Emetatron. Love the name. Versus Team DarkRick, which, it's pretty good, but I don't know. Team Butts, I think, wins the name game. I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
They definitely do. And the weird thing is, they're not using Dark Link, but looks like DT is. DarkRick.
So what are you hoping to see in this 2 versus 2 race? 2v2 is pretty interesting because you can kind of split up and cover a lot of ground and stuff. What are you hoping to see?
Generally, I like to see, and the rules of this, that both, they take the average of the times, correct, or the sum?
Yeah, the average. I mean, the sum and the average are basically the same.
Right. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Items out of the gate.
That is amazing. They have the Quake Medallion and Quarter Magic to use it, although they don't have a sword right now because we have moved into round 3 of this tournament into open mode seeds for the tournament, and so they're going to be hunting for swords, which is a little bit interesting. So what's kind of unique about open mode, Vitor?
Well, one of the most interesting things about open mode was that we were able to take the uncle's sword and just get rid of it from him, but obviously the uncle's holding onto something way more powerful than a sword, this particular one. Slamming out a hammer. Open mode, the idea behind it was we could remove that first 6 minutes of the game that everyone plays and just put them out in the world and let them play. But then we got the idea that, well, we also want to make it kind of more interesting where you don't have to have a sword to play most of the game. And a lot of people didn't know that. I don't think a lot of people know that because you always get the sword in the first, 50 seconds of the game. So we were able to kind of open it up and allow people to experience the game in a different way, which also led us later to a much further, incantation of open mode, which is swordless mode, where we just said, we're not going to let anyone have swords, have fun with the game.
Right, and we have some interesting developments already with DT finding Hammer at the uncle, like you said, and Emma finding Moon Pearl in the mushroom spot. And in addition to that, DT just found Hookshot and Escape. So this has been a very lucrative path. You don't normally see people going for Escape this early because they don't usually have a weapon to do it. Now, also interestingly, we saw AdirondackRick with a tree pull, getting some knowledge that there are bombs in the tree pull. So that could come in handy in a lot of different places.
And absolutely, I believe that's probably going to be the free tree pull where you take no damage. So that should be really easy for our runners to farm. But yeah, Escape is something most people wait till later to end up doing when in open mode. And generally, I know from personal experience, I always forget about it because you do enough standard runs that if you're out in the open world, you're like, oh, I've done Escape. But Hammer is pretty much one of the best, before you get a sword, weapons you can get in the game. It deals tempered sword damage, which is great. So DT will be able to hit 2 hits on the ball and chain guard and kill him, which is really good.
Emma quickly picking up that hammer and probably on the way to get that hook shot. Seems good.
I think one of the things I really like about the 2v2 mode is now that DT has gone all the way to the end of Escape and seen that it's just a quarter heart at the end, Emma won't go that far. And it's just kind of like each team can kind of send people a little bit more one way and a little bit more the other so that you save time and don't end up checking a whole bunch of unuseful chests. Although you do end up having a lot less health and safeties by the end. So it's a real gamble.
We are seeing Blind's House from Rick here. We got a red ring and some gloves. That's nice to have a lift this early. That's actually immediate Dark World access with the Moon Pearl and the hammer, which is kind of interesting. Things are opening up quickly.
Interesting that Emma decided to skip taking the small key from that guard, just saved and quit out before that. There's a slight chance that you would need to get a key to go and check the last part of escape if you're going through the front side, or even the back end. Actually,
well, I think DT actually checked the end of escape there, so Emma knew not to do more.
The sewers on the path to the sanctuary.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
We had a map check. I think I caught that Hera was 4.
And DarkCucco did manage to find that hammer, so they're not falling behind or anything. In fact, Emma is going towards Mini Moldorm Cave now. That hookshot will help with Mini Moldorm Cave. That's a pretty nice thing. Plus, she will find the mushrooms. It'll be interesting when these guys will turn that in. Maybe with that flute that AdirondackRick just picked up in Chicken House. Holy smokes, we're getting lots of majors. And ooh, DarkCucco taking a death here.
The one downside is that a lot of stuff deals a lot of damage, and you're not picking up your normal routing. You'll end up picking up a lot more hearts along the way. But with your partner kind of telling you, hey, you don't need to go here. If there's no major item, you end up not getting as many hearts.
Now, what is Cucco looking for here? Not gonna find a sword under those bushes, I know that. But there is a sword in Mini Moldorm Cave that Emma just picked up. Seems like a nice find.
Absolutely, can finally use that Quake that they picked up at the very beginning of the game.
Quake and Quarter Magic online.
You can turn all your enemies into slimes. Well, all of your enemies on the ground.
Feels amazing, man.
A little surprised no one's bothered to check the stun prize yet.
Yeah, it's interesting, like, how many of the cool enemies or, like, things you can get, and how many different prize packs there can be in the game. Ooh, DarkCucco taking another early death here. Fortunately, those aren't as costly, but it just sucks.
Yeah. Was that a second attempt at the Moldorm Cave, or?
Not quite sure. But he knows there's a lot of value in Kakariko, and he did go into escape and grab the hook shot. So I mean, I guess he has all the intel he needs.
You have a race game check happening right here. And that's a pretty huge piece of trash that
Yeah, I would wear that trash bag any day. And we're seeing some flute action already from AdirondackRick. Good use of, being the teammate who actually has access to the flute, using that to try to get some advantage over the other team, because at this point, the other team hasn't really utilized that flute. So we're going to check Agana, which in version 25 seeds, I've seen Agana with some sweet value. Might just be confirmation bias, but...
No, he is definitely way more... So traditionally, his all the original overworld places were kind of nerfed, like all of the easy-to-access places. And since we updated the fill to be a lot more unbiased, you're going to find that he has like a 20% chance of having an item that you care about. A lot of people are. Like a lot of the places that were normally not so good are much better to look at now.
Emma gonna grab the flute simultaneously with DarkCucco here.
Oh, love it when people sync up.
So many more chances for that in 2v2, and now Rick is getting his hammer. Remember, the Dark World is available for these players. They can go to Hype Cave, they can go to Village of Outcasts, they can go up to Death Mountain and check a lucrative amount of stuff up there too.
We've also just found out what the stun prize pack is. It is a single heart.
That could be useful in a pinch.
Absolutely.
One of like the side effects of 2v2 is that since you're not checking as many items, you're probably checking about half or even fewer items in the game. Like, you don't find a lot of health and safeties. Fortunately, these guys do have quarter magic. If they do find the blue cane or a cape, then they'll have all the safety they need. But until then, things could be rough. And we're seeing tandem mushroom turn-ins here. And Rick is grabbing his hook shot and continuing on, since Cucco did die there.
Some pretty expensive mushrooming over there. Must have been a really rare kind.
Well, they both have the same idea. Let's go to Zora and see what's there. They'll be able to check the ledge item and the Zora item, obviously. 500 rupees.
I do like Emma and DT's plot right here, where they're kind of separating the fake flipper-ish type things that you would do. One's checking Zora, the other one's going after Hobo at the same time.
Well, DT just picked up some awesome intel with silver arrows being on Lake Hylia Island.
That's certainly going to come in handy as soon as they get real flippers and a mirror.
Only 100 rupees on the Zora ledge, so we'll just be probably skipping that one, seeing what Zora has. And Hobo has a sword upgrade, so Aghanim is available if they want to do it. We know 20 rupees are at Lumberjack Cave, so I don't expect these players to really do that. Plus they have hammers, so I don't think Aghanim is required in any form at this point.
I wouldn't guess so. And on top of that, Aghanim would be a really rough sell right now. One, it was a sequence break to get the Master Sword, and two, they don't have a lamp, which means climbing the tower is a nightmare.
Oh, true, that lamp. Only bombs from Zora. And interestingly, Rick still has not picked up that Quake medallion. He's checked it off on his tracker, but
absolutely checked it off.
Just sitting there. And DT doing some old man lampless strats. Good on him. It's a sequence break to do this, but it can pay off big time if the old man has something. Plus, you get the portal there for when you save quit.
It is one of the easier dark rooms to do, I think.
Definitely. Sahasrara not paying off too big here. We're going to see Escape as well. The last 3 chests.
That means there's one thing possibly left in the center chest.
It might be a key, because he doesn't have a key.
Did he go through all of Escape, though?
I thought he did.
Okay.
I thought Rick did. I saw flippers up on Spectacle Rock. Not sure what was in the cave there.
It was an arrow upgrade.
DT is skipping it. And we're going to see East Death Mountain, which is a very lucrative area. I agree with this play from In the Name of DT. Well, DarkCucco looks to be getting the hook shot, so that didn't set him back too far, but man, once they get access to Death Mountain, I'm sure they're going to be pretty happy. I guess there doesn't have to be anything up here because they have access to Dark World, though.
Well, they have access to Death Mountain already from the flute, so they could technically go up there.
Hera is available too with Hookshot Hammer.
That is true. And we have another map check. 6 and 5 are Swamp and Turtle Rock. Mire and Skullwoods are not necessary. Possibly.
Well, that's convenient, perhaps. Although they already have the flute. They'll need mitts anyways, and we don't know what the medallion requirement is. There's the lamp.
Wow, so the logic expected you to flute up here to go get that.
Yep, and go into escape to get the hook shot.
Seems DT's pausing for a little bit.
I think maybe he was checking off the tracker. Since Emma did that for him. That's probably what he did. That's my guess.
Cucco's finally making a much easier play on the mini Moldorm Cave to get his sword.
Yeah, this will be fantastic for him. And Rick looks like he's through with Old Man. He's gonna find all the magic powdery goodness up on, and lamp goodness up on Death Mountain.
I think lamp is the best part of that. Going over to Tower of Hera, having a fire source is very key. Generally,
Very convenient, yeah.
Generally, you can beat it, but there's that off chance that either the big key or the other item that's just going to weigh on you is sitting down in the basement.
Ooh, we got the Pegasus boots for Emetatron. That is a huge find in C-shaped house. That's going to speed up traversal through Thieves Town, where she's going right now. And with the hammer, we'll be able to full clear it. Seems like a good place to go.
That is a huge win for them. Oh, and DT basically won the game by finding the single arrow.
Now, Rick just ran out of bombs. I think he has another way of hitting the switch. Does he? I think he has a red ring.
Well, he also picked up extra bombs.
Yeah, he just got some bombs, fortunately.
But if he has... No, he didn't fake flipper. I was going to say, if he has Master Sword, he could use sword beams.
And there's a bottle in Thieves Town with a fairy in it, so that could be important if Sick Kid is holding something cool.
Very clean bomb jump from DT in Tower of Hera.
Super solid.
Let's see if he goes for the swag walk through the bumper strats. Nope. Okay.
He's off to fight Trolldorm. We'll see how this fight goes for him. Now, what's interesting about that sword upgrade at Hobo is we know flippers are on Spectacle Rock. So, you know, they expect you to get Mirror at some point and then go get that sword upgrade. And if that's the only sword upgrade available, that could be pretty crazy, like until Ganon's Tower.
Right.
It could be rough, but we don't know too much about this scene. There's still a lot to do. We see DarkCucco making the Eastern play. Not a play that I would make jumping into here. But it is a pendant dungeon, which is interesting. So that might be kind of what tipped the scales for them, in that like maybe they don't need to come back here anyways. And if they do find something cool,
they're splitting their efforts, and I think in a two-person game, like if you're doing things like this, it's okay so long as you're still heading towards your goal. Because if you find something in here, that's a huge advantage over your opponents. They're probably not going to prioritize it.
Yeah, I see this as a little bit of a gamble, is really what I'm getting at. It's not, I don't think it would be a typical play. And there's Ether Medallion, which could be very important. That is an awesome find. We don't know what Turtle Rock requires.
True, and it'll be after we find the Titansmith that we'll be able to get that intel.
We're gonna see a Spiral Cave check here in a second from DT.
My guess is after DT finishes up East Death Mountain, probably gonna beeline it for the boots. Just the amount of like time save.
Ooh, DT is now at tempered status. He just found a sword upgrade in Spiral Cave. That's really nice. The upgrade from Master to Tempered is just so significant.
It's kind of a game changer. I think from Tempered to Butter isn't that big of a deal, but the Tempered sword itself is a huge like winning advantage. It cuts the Ganon fight into a much shorter fight and makes a lot of bosses a lot easier to deal with.
I agree. All right, let's see this blind fight from Emma. DarkCucco taking a death in, I guess, the Dark Room in Eastern Palace. That is unfortunate. But electing to peace out, it seems. And Emma living with a heart and a half. Wow. Picking up the Bloomerang. Nice find.
I think this is a pretty good strat with the short fighter's sword on Moldorm. Basically keeping your back to the edge and pushing in towards Moldorm until you tap him.
Right. Now, Emetatron does not have the mitts. No, we don't know where the second lift is right now. So, you know, the dwarves aren't an option for them. They can't go flute over to the Mire area. They can't do Dark World, Death Mountain. There's a lot of places that are going to be remaining unchecked, including, like, the path that she's on right now. But it looks like she's heading towards Hype Cave, doing a little bit of digging on the way.
I do think it is interesting, though, that at this exact moment, DT is basically just redoing what Emma did.
That is an interesting choice. I mean, he does benefit from getting that bottle, and he has to do it anyway, so they're kind of keeping on par with crystals, but that is not helping the team get into go mode, so they're taking an interesting approach here. But maybe that safety is something that they're interested in. Emma being on 5 hearts, DT being on 6. You know, a fairy can play a big role.
I do also find it interesting that Emma's still sitting at the fighter's sword while DT's on the Tempered.
Well, you don't really need it for Thieves Town.
No.
So, I agree with the decision, but I think she'll want one soon. Here comes Hype Cave, guys. Let's check it out. Oh, baby. We got a piece of heart that led to a full heart. Got him. Sometimes I like the 10 arrow pickup, but yeah.
10 arrows?
Sometimes that comes in handy. Yeah, that was a little weak, but it's still a super hype cave, nonetheless.
So there was a short time when the arrow and bomb upgrades gave like the full amount of their upgrade to you. And
yeah.
We had to get rid of that because you just never needed to pick up bombs or arrows ever with the way they worked. Because you just would always get so many by the end.
Ooh, nice bonk cave, like the flanctuary item here, the bonk rocks, your sanctuary. Having the bow, that's pretty huge. That'll give Emma the ability to full clear Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness, but it looks like she wants her lamp first, which makes a lot of sense.
I would definitely get, if you know where lamp is, and also she knows there's a sword upgrade over here.
Yeah, this is a great decision.
Because Helmasaur King with the fighter sword is never worth it.
Right, and you know, lampless Eastern and Pod are annoying.
That's true. Especially with, what, 6 hearts and green mail?
Exactly. Now, interestingly, Rick is going to a different place Then DarkCucco deciding not to go for the boots. I'm a little bit surprised at the decision, but he is covering more ground, which is pretty cool. Going over to the pyramid, and maybe we'll see him end at Catfish. And these could be places that Emma and DT put off that could be quite lucrative. Or just a bit out of the way. DT with a nice blind fight, gonna get himself his bloomerang and his second crystal. So he is surging ahead on crystal count. Oh, DarkCucco taking a bit of a death there, but he does have the fairy that he found in Thieves Town. Only has 4 hearts.
Very low hearts.
It's really rough when you don't get a lot of hearts here, nor a male. And he knows where one is.
Yep, he should, because his Patriot has it. And
yeah, Rick has the blue male.
Each one of those grasshoppers does 2 hearts of damage to green male. So this whole dungeon is pretty... I mean, most of the Dark World would destroy you in green male with this low heart count.
All right, we got a sick kid check from In the Name of DT. Good check. Only 20 roops, though.
A little bit of free cash for you.
He does have access to Magic Bat. We'll see if he decides to go over there. Looks like he is. And we're going to see some Skull Woods action from AdirondackRick. Fire Rodless Skull Woods check is always interesting, especially if you find Fire Rod there. That can be a big troll.
This is also a second, this is their second Pundit dungeon that they've gone into.
Yeah, I guess they're just risking big here.
I missed what the magic bat item was.
It wasn't worth.
Okay.
I saw what it is. I saw what it is, and then I forgot about it immediately, so it wasn't worth.
So the first half of Skullwoods has pretty much nothing.
Correct. Emma grabbing another sword upgrade here. Yeah, Bat was 20. And DT gonna grab his bow. Definitely a solid play to grab all these items that you need. It's right there next to Sanctuary anyways.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think Rick's tired of walking around. I think he's gonna go get his boots.
Ooh. So Cuckoo's got to dodge really well for this last bit.
Oh no! And he did use up his fairy already, which is really a shame. I mean, I would maybe consider just coming back here at another time, and I think that's what he's gonna do. 4 hearts with no safeties on blind can be rough if you don't know, like, the exact manipulation.
So, poor little Pincus. 2v2 is very... both runners get to sit in a voice channel and share all information with each other. And the goal is to have the best total or average time over the other teams that are playing 2v2. It's a wonderful way to kind of play the game in a much shorter time frame, because you get to share information and basically only have to check about, I'd say, 2/3 of the chest that you would normally check, because there are things that you're going to want to go back for based off of what your co-player tells you.
And it's always fun to just talk to somebody else about what you're finding. You know,
That's
like,
true.
you don't really get to do that in, you know, when you're just racing 1v1v1 or free-for-all or whatever. Like, if you're in an SRL race or just playing with friends or whatever, it's like, you don't want to tell your opponents where things are, but if you have a partner, you can actually, you know, share. So it's a lot of fun to co-op things together.
I'm pretty sure it was might have been Alucard who came up with weren't you one of the first few people to like be like, let's do 2v2?
Yeah, that was definitely one of the first, like, one thing that I play a lot of Super Metroid, and that we like to do is play like 2v2 like randomizer races and stuff, and so we wanted to try it in this game, but I think other people came up with this idea separately. I don't think it's a unique idea or anything.
Alucard's other claim to fame is doing a YBA in Giant's Tower.
Oh my god. That might actually be a claim to fame, because I like
amazing.
accidentally did that somehow.
Emma's doing the full clear of Palace of Darkness. I do like the routing that she picked through here.
Well, it's really interesting that DT and Emma are kind of doing like the pod Eastern play, like split, and I think it's paying off for them because they get to do, you know, dungeons that they need to do anyways. Although I guess Eastern's a pendant. Eastern's a green pendant. But
yeah,
he just found Ether, and Sahasrara will have something maybe. We do see Rick going into pod now, so these guys are trying to keep it even. We know that DarkCucco already went into Eastern. He did not complete it though. Did not have the bow at the time, and also I think missed out on the vanilla big key chest because he did die in there. Hopefully he'll find some hearts soon. I feel bad for him having only 4 right now. It's pretty rough.
That's at the very least could probably go pop over to the race game and do the runner for the blue mail. So DT's going to go ahead and finish up Eastern Palace, even though we know that Armos doesn't have anything.
But it is the green pendant.
Right,
so it will lead to one item for sure. Whether or not that item is good, we have yet to see, and potentially the pedestal?
Oh, there's always a chance of the pedestal. I believe it's up to a 6% chance now.
Although, I don't know actually what could be there. Maybe mirror?
Mirror is a good option.
And maybe a medallion.
Right.
But it would have to be Bombos. They've already found the other 2. I think that's it. Fire Rod. Can't be Fire Rod. Can't be Red Cane.
But it could be Book leading to something else. That'd always be fun.
Can Book be at the pedestal?
It absolutely can.
That's amazing. Alright, I am now always rooting for that.
The original, like, we didn't let it be there so that you could read what was there, then it was kind of like, but that really limits it, and it's an arbitrary limitation. So I felt that it should have been removed, and oddly enough, it was my idea originally to put like that constraint there. I don't know if obviously not.
I was wondering if Emma was trying to death warp there, but forgot that she had a fairy. But we did see Mitts in the Dark Maze, which is pretty amazing. Oh, I didn't know you could make that dash down the bridge.
Yep, you gotta be fast.
That's awesome.
But the green pendant giving shovel is glorious.
That is glorious. We'll see if that pays off here in a second. Maybe we'll get a cape.
And the shovel dash.
For 20 rupees. Well, it was still a good check.
I agree.
And we are going to see Emma here heading towards Helmasaur King. Not a lot of hearts to her name, but should be fine.
With Tempered Sword, I think she'll be all right. She can take 2 or 3 hits. I think 3 hits from Helmasaur King and still be okay.
Running a little low on arrows, but I guess she's probably doing Eastern after this, so she should be fine.
and just throwing those arrows anywhere.
Looks like Rick's about to get his payday with those mitts.
Cucco is, he went and got the blue mail very wisely.
I think that was a very good decision with 4 hearts here. He's been having a little bit of trouble. I don't blame him.
So let's see if Rick sets up the same Death Warp with a fairy. Yep, looks like he's going for the Death Warp. And didn't have a fairy, so it was well done, Death Warp.
Yeah, I guess he already used it.
Yeah.
Or no, he hasn't done Thieves. He hasn't been to Thieves, has he?
That would make more sense. Because Cucco was the one doing Thieves, and Cucco's back in Thieves now.
Yeah. That or, yeah, Rick didn't upgrade his tracker. One of the two.
Really quick kill there on Helmasaur King for Emma.
Oh,
and
the red cane!
That is amazing.
That is an awesome find, and DT is already in pod, so this is going to be great for them. Mitts and red cane in Palace of Darkness. That is huge.
So one thing that's going to go well for DT, or for Rick's team, is the fact that he's done a fair amount of this, so he'll be able to guide Cucco through a fair amount of it, and also give, like, be able to go slower through some other dungeons to, potentially be like, hey, I found this extra item here that you might want.
Right, and hopefully he's conveying the hearts, because I really think that's something that we want to see on Cucco's side. Like, we want him to get a few more hearts here. He's been sitting on 4 for so long. I guess he's gonna head over to Hype Cave. I think there was at least a piece of heart in there.
I think 2 pieces of heart in total.
Oh no, he's going. I guess he's going to Pod because Pod is just so lucrative right now.
Yeah, getting the Titan's Mitt is huge.
Oh. Oh, maybe there was a full heart on Pyramid?
Is there?
There's something on Pyramid that he wants, because I know Rick went there.
He's not even checking, so
it's a piece of heart.
Well, every little piece counts at this point.
And we're gonna see a bomb jump from DT. Some swag showing off here. And Emma going for Catfish. Another piece of heart. No mirror. That is something we're looking for still. I do think we're probably going to see a play on Dark Death Mountain or Mire soon, though. From In the Name of DT and Emetatron. Team Butts has what they need to check those locations. Seems like a good play to me.
Yeah. So 7 chests that they can get to. Well, 6.
We also know that Mirror cannot be an Ice Palace because flippers are on the ledge on Spectacle Rock.
It is true.
We're still looking for a fire rod here.
There's a fair amount of items that haven't been found yet.
And Emma's gonna have to save and quit here. I didn't quite see the requirement for Misery Mire. Checked it very quickly.
Oh, so here's your play on Dark Death Mountain.
I think it's a solid one. I guess Emma decided to do both while DT's finishing up Pod. Pod can take a while to complete.
Yeah, it's one of the slower dungeons, but has a lot of items, so it's usually a fair trade-off.
Definitely.
Well, we'll give another shot to take a look at what Meyer is here in a second. Rick.
We're seeing DarkCucco going to Pod, which is good. That really opens up the game to have Mitts. It's pretty important. And Red
finally
King
has 5 hearts, though. That's the important bit.
That is quite nice. All right, let's see Super Bunny Cave here. What you gonna have? I think Rick's on his way. Ooh, we got Bernie up in here and a red bottle.
That's
red potion.
The red bottle's really solid for the low heart count too, as well as Corner Magic Bernie.
Brian's Cane, whatever you want to call it.
All right, we're getting a check on Turtle Rock. It is
Ether,
which we know is in
Eastern Palace, right?
Yep, in the compass chest.
So Emma can't actually get in because Emma hasn't done Eastern yet. Did not have the mirror to get to getting trolled there by the jelly. Did not have the mirror to go into Eastern there since they split Pod Eastern. And there's the Fire Rod, big find for Team Butts.
Yeah, and a full heart.
Yeah, full heart might be just as big of a find at this point.
So if she had gone into Eastern, the play could have been to go just do Turtle Rock at this point.
Yeah, that would have been pretty awesome. But it's also pretty risky with green mail and 7 hearts to your name.
What's risky is this play.
Well, she did just get Berna. And with that quarter magic, I think it's going to be a cinch, yeah.
I forgot about that. I was thinking of the red potion she had, and I'm like, I don't think she has enough hearts for this.
And you can see the teamwork working already. DT wants his Fire Rod, so he's going to head up to Dark Death Mountain as well. And Rick is finding that Fire Rod right behind him, so good for him. Good for their team. He's doing a lot of good checking here to catch DarkCucco up after a couple of those deaths.
Absolutely. And every place that he finds a full heart is going to be really good for their team.
Absolutely. All right, Emma's going for Eastern Palace, it seems. We know that Turtle Rock is required, and Eastern Palace has Ether, so why not? And we may see DT jump right into Turtle Rock here. I would not be surprised.
Yep, after picking up the Fire Rod. It's worthwhile to check I mean, it has a lot of locations. And they need Mira pretty badly, and it is absolutely 100% able to be inside of Turtle Rock.
It is indeed. I think DT's doing it. Yeah, he's switching to the hook shot here. They're going Turtle Rock. They're banking on that mirror being in there. It can't be an Ice Palace. It just cannot be an Ice Palace. So Ice Palace will be go mode.
That is correct, yeah.
Because flippers are on Spectacle Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Now, where is Emma going? Emma's thinking. And Cucco with another death, unfortunately, here in Pod. Maybe that was a death warp? I hope it was.
We'll say it's a death warp.
I wasn't quite paying attention this time.
We'll go with it as a death warp.
I think it might be, because I think he has the mitts. If he has the mitts, it was definitely a death warp, and props to him for doing that. Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's got at least one key, and he's got the big key, so he's set. We got DT going into Turtle Rock. Emma's going for Skull Woods. I think I like the split. We already saw the first bit of Skull Woods, so we know that's not going to yield anything great here. But maybe Mothula's holding something. And there's still a chance that the mirror is at the Master Sword pedestal. There is actually still a chance that can happen.
That would be so cruel. Let's hope it happens.
You gotta hope, man. You gotta hope. You gotta believe.
So when I did the, I did 100,000 spoilers to test for this logic that we have, and in that, the dream where it was 3 of them had the Moon Pearl in the Master Sword pedestal.
Wow. That's really funny.
So Rick's gonna go and do the cleanup and get the green pendant. We can see that fake flippering earlier to get the tempered sword is like night and day between.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Watching Rick and DarkCucco fighting with that Master Sword. That tempered sword is a huge leg up for just getting through things faster.
Well, even like Helmasaur King, when you have tempered sword, you only have to hit him half as many times. It's a lot easier. In the second phase, that is. The first phase, you still have to do 17 hammer hits, no matter what.
Right. All right, we're going towards the end of Skullwoods here.
Ooh, opting to go with the arrow strats. This is really dangerous.
Needs to be really careful. Whew. The last arrow. Wow. We got money in Skull Woods. And Emma's at 1 heart. And there's the red cane for DarkCucco. It's fantastic. Rick's gonna grab his green pendant, which will lead to that lovely shovel and 20 rupees.
Absolutely will. I'm a little surprised Emma didn't go for the Death Warp, actually, with 1 heart.
Does she still have a fairy, maybe? I don't know. No, I don't think she does. Guess just risk for the bisque, yeah.
Doing it 1-hit KO style for Moth.
Does have powder, so that could help.
Ah. And she also does have a red potion bottle still, I believe.
Yeah. Still does not have a male. Just running off of 7 hearts. Playing dangerously for sure, but she's making it happen.
Probably a little upset that she has the sword beams right now, but made it work anyway.
Yeah, that was a solid Moth fight. And it looks like DarkCucco's on his way to get that fire rod. Makes sense. Emma grabbing that red pendant. DT finding compass in the big chest in Turtle Rock. And we'll see this roller room has a piece of heart, so still no mirror. Where could it be?
If it's not in Turtle Rock, then it's highly likely it's on the pedestal.
Yeah, I don't know where else they haven't checked at this point, collectively. Where else could it be? It can't be in Ice Palace. Just can't. Unless, like, logic's broken, which I don't expect.
I would really hope it isn't.
We'll say that it isn't. But we are going to have to check the big chest here in Skullwood, so let's see what this has.
Right now it's Eyebridge and Skullwoods are our two holdouts that are keeping us from getting our mirror.
Well, it can be a Trinex. Oh, the mirror's in Skullwoods! Wow!
And with that knowledge, Rick turns right around on the Eyebridge and says,
DT
right.
does, yeah.
Or sorry, DT.
And I think we are going to see Rick head into Turtle Rock. So that is go mode for Team Butts here. In the name of DT and Emetatron are in go mode. They need to finish up all those crystals, though. I think DT is going to be a fair amount ahead of Emetatron.
Most certainly. He's been working on nothing but crystal dungeons.
Emma choosing to go for Swamp, which is a place that collectively they haven't been. I imagine maybe she'll just check a few things along the way.
Doesn't she need to get the flippers first?
Oh, you know what? Maybe she's going to grab silver arrows.
Doesn't she need the flippers first?
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely... This is about to backfire big time.
This will be good.
Got him! Oh,
sorry.
No.
Somebody's about to make a trip up to Death Mountain to get those flippers.
All right. Clickety clack, I guess, on my end. But anyways. Wait, what happened with Rick?
Checking hammer pegs?
Where he didn't go to Turtle Rock. Uh-oh.
Nope.
Well, I guess that's good for him.
Yeah. If he makes a play on Skull Woods, it's going to be really good for
That's
them.
going to be really... I mean, that's a logical play when you find Fire Rod, right? But it is a pendant, so that can dissuade people from going there.
Although, their team has shown that they kind of don't care about that.
That's true. They have delved into some pendant dungeons, and it can be worth, like Eastern Palace had Ether. Which is required.
Rick didn't do it because he didn't have the ice rod.
Oh,
he needed to go pick it up.
No. I see. So now he's heading up to Turtle Rock, and he'll be able to finish it. It'll be rough with that Master Sword, but he'll be able to finish it, but he won't find what he's looking for. That will definitely give Team Butts a chance to just pull ahead even further.
I do like Cucco's Quarter Magic and Cane of Burning strat on blind.
Super solid. Pretty troll that Mothula has the big key that leads to the big chest in Skull Woods, which has the mirror. That's what has the value, so do have to go a bit out of your way to do it. You're forced to pick up a pendant.
Right.
More or less.
And the unfortunate thing for our team is they are kind of a little behind in that they can't really split and check all the things like Emma and DT did.
Well,
Because
DarkCucco could go make a play on Skull Woods, which is where they do need to go right now. So we are seeing a save and quit with the dwarves, which is a good check. I like this play. We just know it's not really going to pay off. It could be like a sword upgrade or something. I don't think Team Butts did that. So Team DarkRick with some quick thinking here, making this dwarf play. We're going to see Desert Palace, which is required as well. Just a piece of heart. Not the blacksmiths. DT almost getting his mirror. Emma finding a key in the map chest in Desert Palace. Gonna have to go to the right side for the big key.
I wonder if DT is gonna go back up to Death Mountain and collect the flippers first.
I assumed so after Emma's mistake. I would hope so. Let's just say that. That's kind of roundabout. It's unfortunate that you have to do that, but that's just the way the seed's designed. Kind of cool in a way, but also kind of troll. All right, so DarkCucco is electing to do the purple chest now.
Again, if Mirror like is in the purple chest, this is an amazing play for your team.
It is. It's a really cool play. Something that has not existed until very recently in the logic, where you can actually save and quit with the purple chest or the blacksmiths. I believe you were able to do it before, but you just couldn't. It wasn't in the logic.
No, it specifically would remove the purple chest you could save and quit with, I think, and it would follow you.
Right.
But the dwarf specifically did not follow you through a save and quit.
Gotcha.
But we fixed it for glitched mode and felt that we should just go ahead and keep it for everything, because it is the vanilla way the game works.
Solid Landmo fight from Emma here. And it looks like DarkCucco. Where are you going? You're fake flippering?
I think finally gonna check that hobo item.
Maybe?
Probably get the intel.
No, it's Ice Palace.
I hope he's not looking for...
Hope he's doing it go mode. Hope they realize that Mirror cannot be an Ice Palace. Doing a little map check here.
Generally, I agree with, having you and your teammate, when you have enough items, checking completely different dungeons as much as possible.
Well, in this case, maybe DarkCucco's a little behind compared to Rick. So maybe this is why they're making the decision for him to clear ice, just to complete something. But it looks like he's checking all the chests, because I see him checking this first one. I mean, maybe they're still looking for a sword upgrade, so maybe that's a reason for them to be checking stuff. But you know you're not going to find Mirror here if you just think about where flippers were. I mean, hopefully they remember where flippers are. That's something. If you forget something, that can be a bit tragic too. All right, so here comes Swamp Palace for Emma.
Go mode Swamp Palace is always good, but dashing into walls, not so much.
Not so much. We might see her go out of her way to try to find some hearts or something, but she's been doing fine so far, so I may not expect it. Just no males, you know, 7 hearts. That's pretty rough.
It's a little sub low percent, right? Low percent, you have 13 coming into the Ganon fight, and she's probably comfortable doing it with 7, I would guess. You know, depending on how many times you've run this game, and if you've run low percent. Nope, looks like she is going for a little search.
A little look-see. Actually, that is kind of a safety item. The bug net. Not a bad find.
Nope,
not
they have
not at all.
And they have the powder. It's a great item. Ooh, Master Sword, Trinex, not taking the safety door.
Now, I think he has at least 1 red potion. So, I think Rick's gonna be fine. They've got quarter magic too, so they can just like nuke the heads with magic, potentially.
That's actually
and
one
use
of
the
my
hammer.
That is one of my more favorite things to do, where you actually, with quarter magic, you can kill the heads with only shots from the rods. You don't need to hit
Oh, a
them.
sword upgrade in Ice Palace in the Freezor room. What a payoff for DarkCucco.
That's actually kind of huge for them, because I'm almost sure that DT and Emma are not going to check that.
It is kind of on the way if you're bomb jumping, but yeah, I expect them to just be happy with their Tempered Sword. What a find. That's a cool find, and he's just off to kill Cold Stare now. That'll make life a lot easier on Cold Stare, too. Although he does have quarter magic and Fire Rod, but he could bust out, you know, Cane of Burna or whatever he needs to be safe about this. 5 hearts and blue mail. Not a lot going into this.
Yeah, no, I just would be doing what he's doing, where you spam the Fire Rod at these.
Oh my
goodness.
god, please! Good Argus fight from Emma. Rick doing a pretty good job with Trinex. Oh! The clutch fight from DarkCucco, taking out Cold Stare, grabbing that crystal. That's gotta feel good.
That was a really scary but well done fight.
And Rick's showing that he is not afraid of Trinex, using those hammer hits to take him down. Really nicely done. Cucco's gonna have to save it quick here. He's like, wait, I can't mirror out of here. I'm stuck. And we do see Emma making good play here, using the mirror to grab those silver arrows, because it's pretty close to Swamp Palace. And then she can jump right in and go to ice. Or not. Just kidding.
Yeah. She's realized.
Okay, she figured it out.
So, Lake Hylia, just jam-packed with swords and arrow upgrades. Really solid region of the map.
Really cool.
Because the first sword upgrade was in Mini Moldrum Cave, then Hobo, and Ice Palace.
DarkCucco going to Mire? Oh dear. They still don't have that mirror. It makes sense. I think Rick is going to Skull Woods. I would hope.
Yes. Yes, and this is going to be great for them.
Okay, that's fantastic.
So Rick knows at least where one sword upgrade is.
But Mire being a pendant, that just gives, you know, in the name of DT and Emma, just more time to pull ahead. With that go mode status.
They're probably thinking at this point that it's maybe a pedestal seed.
They might be. They might be, actually. Cucco still with 5 hearts. He is enduring through all this. He had a Cold Stare. beat Cold Stare with 5 hearts. I mean, I know he had Quarter Magic and Fire Rod, but still, it's pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, you can have all those amazing things, but you only get like 2 hits on, and you're dead against Cold Stare with 5 hearts.
Exactly.
There was some great dodging in the second half of that fight.
All right, so Rick is on the path to finding the mirror, so that's going to be great for Team DarkRick. But is it a little too late? We'll have to see. Yikes. Cucco taking a death in Mire. Maybe that'll help him decide not to go in there.
No, I think once you've started a dungeon like this, you keep going. Although
commit.
Yeah, the slugs in this dungeon, the Stalfos heads, they all do, I think, like 4 or 6 hearts of damage to green mail, which
Yikes.
means like you maybe get 1-2 hits and you're done.
Emma actually opening the Freezor chest and finding the butter there. Pretty awesome decision. It is a chest that's just along the way, so that paid off big time. I'm sure she was looking for like a mail or something. Wait. She's not going to Cold Stare?
She's getting
she's getting some fairy. I was like, do they not think they're in go mode? What is happening?
She's taking her time and being smart about the rest of this now.
This is a good play. Using the potion, catching fairies instead. The fairies are just better than a red potion at this point, because they auto-revive you.
They auto-revive and actually fill up exactly how many hearts she has.
We see Rick spamming those Fire Rod shots against Mothula, as DarkCucco's using the Fire Rod here in Mire for that cutscene. Rick, unfortunately finding that big key there. He knows there's going to be an item in the big chest. It just delays their team go mode, which makes Cucco kind of have to just keep going here in Mire. It's really unfortunate for them.
So I think an interesting side effect of the Butter Sword is spin attacks. I don't think do any more damage with Butter Sword. Like
No, I don't think they do, but they are safer because you get a radius around yourself with them.
You do get some kind of frames to not be hit by things. That is fair.
And again, with Emma having 7 hearts and no mails, I don't blame her for going for spins. DT a little hurt here. 1.5 hearts. He's spamming though. Okay.
He just laid up a fire shield and was like, nope.
Yeah, he laid into him. And here we go. Team DarkRick is about to be in go mode. There's the mirror. I think DarkCucco's gonna save and quit out of here pronto. There he goes. He's got to get to Skullwoods. He's got to get that mirror. Hopefully they realize where they need to go, and that is up to Death Mountain to get those flippers. That is gonna be really important here.
That was some supremely trollish logic for this particular game.
Absolutely. I mean, even like Ether being in Eastern Palace is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
with
this
that,
one though is
with that shovel at Arbos leading to 20 rupees, like.
But like you're staring at the item that you know you need up on top of the mountain, and ooh, I think DT got stuck in the the Waffle House. They call that.
Is that what they call it? I didn't know they called it that. That's actually pretty funny. Rick getting mugged here right in front of Thieves Town. I don't know how that thief got there, but getting absolutely bodied by that guy. Maybe it's just a goodwill thing. Just trying to help out some of the poorer guys in Thieves Town. All right, and Emma does need to do Turtle Rock. That is her last dungeon, and it's nice having that be your last dungeon, because then you can just go straight to G Tower, which is where In the Name of DT is going right now. So get your guesses in, guys, for where you think the big key is in Ganon's Tower, and we'll see if you're right. What do you think, Vitor? Where's our big key?
Well, for a while, and I didn't tell anyone this beforehand, but now that that version is well gone and behind, there was a much higher chance of it being right-hand side than it should have been. I'm gonna still guess that it's gonna be in the compass room, which is the right-hand side, and I'm gonna go further and say I'm guessing it's the top right chest. So I don't know what that numerically ends up being. That's just where I think it will be. Is that 20?
Somewhere around there. I guess it depends the order in which you check it. But I mean, you could just say 20, and then it's probably somewhere around there.
We'll go with 20. What about yourself, Alu?
I'm gonna go with lucky number 7. I think it's gonna be in the Stalfos room. We've been seeing a lot of seeds with Stalfos room big keys. There's the hearts! All in G Tower sitting on the right side there. Holy smokes. I bet DarkCucco is gonna be happy when he gets there. He's still sitting on 5 hearts. He's got that Burnicane out, which actually I learned recently does do a fair amount of damage to Mothula.
It does. It'll do fighter sword damage, but you don't get hit by anything, which is...
Exactly.
And sometimes you can trap him in a corner where, like right now, where it's up with no spikes, you can get a fair amount of damage in.
Oh no. Fortunately, Emma did farm up those fairies, so this is paying off big time here in Turtle Rock. Those chain chomps hit really hard. She's gonna get hit again for 4 hearts of damage. Whew.
And it was lucky number 6.
Lucky number 6. I was so close. I was so close. Why you gotta open them in that order, DT? Why you do this?
So it's a fast Ganon's Tower as well. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty much DT and Emma's race to lose at this point. They're pretty firmly in the lead. Something really has to go wrong for them to lose this one.
Yep.
And it looks like it's going to be a really good time for both of them.
That too. Like a 120.
Really? Maybe average time. But like DT, I think will finish around like 115, 116. That's my guess. Oh, there's another death from Emma to the Pokies. She does have those fairies, man. That Ice Palace play was so clutch.
Yeah, and dude, Pokies hit for more damage than you would ever believe. It's the bottom right one, Emma. The bottom right one.
Emma, please.
It's the bottom right one. There you go.
Scavenger hunt complete. Yeah, I also started the timer late, so I guess maybe you're right. Maybe it is around 120. Real time. I started about 3 minutes late.
Okay, I mean, it's possible. Although, you know, it really depends on the Aghanim 2 fight. Because Ganon with Butter Sword and Silvers is pretty much just, it's a cakewalk.
DarkCucco checking Checkerboard Cave. What you doing over there? Looking for hearts?
Hopefully hearts.
No luck for him. Bummer. What a bummer time. Sitting on 5 hearts most of the game. 4 and 5 hearts. That's pretty much where he's been the whole time.
I think part of it also, like, every death that happened kind of set him back, where the movement of checking more chests gets you more hearts in general. And every one of those setbacks, it was then you deprioritize any location that's already been checked.
That's right. Interestingly, DT not checking any chests at the top of Ganon's tower. Could look for like a mail or maybe a few hearts for Emma. And these could be pretty quick checks, but I guess Emma's comfortable. I mean, I hope they're communicating about that.
Well, he does know that there are 3 hearts.
True. We do know that there's a bunch there, so yeah, I guess they will be Emma will be getting some there.
If she wants them, she might just go straight for the key, and that'll really let us know the comfort level that she's feeling.
Absolutely. So DarkCucco finding the big key in desert, deciding, you know, I want to check the big chest. Let's go. DT already at Aghanim as Emma enters Ganon's tower. Nice doubles here from DT.
Absolutely. Good lineups.
Oh, getting blue balled there. Very nice Aghanim. He's off to Ganon.
Just as one's entering, the other one's leaving.
So true.
Rick's got to watch his hearts right now.
He really does. I believe he has magic powder, though, so he should be alright if he makes it to the anti-fairies. He just has to be a little bit careful in this penguin room. He should be home free.
Oh, was able to dupe a heart there, too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if you pick up a heart with hookshot, there's a chance... There's, I think, a 25% chance that it actually duplicates it, and you get 2 hearts instead. Kind of interesting. Fun fact. But it's only if you pick it up with hookshot.
He's finally going to get his tempered sword here. Which is great going into Cold Stare fight. Is DT just firing silver arrows at Ganon?
Maybe he'll die early.
His health literally resets in between phases, in case you were ever wondering.
DarkCucco getting another piece of heart, making some progress towards his 6th heart there, I guess. I believe he still needs to do Swamp Palace and Turtle Rock.
So they're at least making some good progress here.
They are, but DT has taken down Ganon and is the first to finish here. So congratulations to In the Name of DT finishing with an official SRL race time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 8 seconds. As I said, I started the timer late by about 3 minutes. So really awesome job by him. Great teamwork, great play. Emma is pretty close to him too. Going through Gauntlet now.
Yeah, and PB for DT there.
Well, it is a 2v2. I don't know if you can distinguish between the two of those.
I don't think you get to count it.
Excellent, excellent job from DT there. Shovel Nose's homecoming. I love it.
So
I mean, the shovel was there. Like, makes sense.
That is true. So some of the credits I need to go back and add a few more. I need to do something with the desert one. But a lot of these were, like, originally in the, like, up to 7 there was only a credit text for Zora. And I put a little time aside and found all the rest of them to be able to add them in. And in time, we're actually going to have much better like Mimi credits for people.
That's amazing. Hey, and Vitor's right here, guys. If you ever wanted to see something in the credits of the game, here's your chance to suggest him. I'm not saying he's going to take your suggestion, but hey. Throw them in the chat. Throw your memes in the chat. Here's your chance.
300 rupees, buying the best drugs. I always enjoyed that one. Yeah, actually, I did take some. Somebody was calling the old man on top of the mountain Gary because he was Gary Oldman, and I like that enough that I went ahead and put that in there as well.
I did see that. That's pretty awesome.
The uncle should be called no.
Emma hemorrhaging bombs here. Only has a few left, but no problem.
Really needs.
Look at that. Just auto selects the powder because of that.
That's actually not a bad, way to do that. Cucco opting to check some chests in Swamp Palace. Maybe still looking for a few more hearts.
I imagine so. We saw a bunch in Ganon's tower. That's the unfortunate part, is these players may just not have had the option. There could even be more in Ganon's tower sitting in Randomizer room or behind Ice Armos or right side. Alright, here's Aghanim fight. There's a triple for Emma.
Wow.
Can we see a double triple? Oh, got hit by that first one. So close.
That was the perfect setup for one, too. And
that was still a quick Aghanim, too. Very nicely done.
Pedestal holding just a shield upgrade.
And it was very unknown since we we did not find the book here today.
Must have been in Ganon's tower, which is kind of weird.
Alright, so here's the Ganon fight as it looks Rick and DarkCucco making their way down deep into... Oh, Beator! In Swamp. Bee in a bottle. Wouldn't truly be a Link to the Past randomizer seed if we didn't have Beator show up.
You gotta watch out for those bees and bottles. That actually, so the Zora text, if it's a gold bee in a bottle, will be Beator for sale.
That's amazing.
I was having fun with it at the time.
Well, DarkCucco definitely wants a piece of Beator, that's for sure. I think he also wants that pizza heart.
Yeah.
Still not quite at that 6th heart, though. And do we have a double hit? We do have a double hit on Ganon. And I think Emma will be finishing up here. Yep, there's the 4th hit on Ganon. So Team Butts looking like they're going to be taking this one. Congratulations to In the Name of DT and Emetatron. Fantastic run. Looks like Emetatron did finish with an official SRL race time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 1 second. Guess we'll have to do the math on their average time, but we know, since they both finished, that they have won over Rick and DarkCucco.
Actually, yeah, the Team Done command gave a really weird time.
Well, it just give Team Done is like if both players have to finish at the same time. We also have the Beator strat here on Argus. Doesn't really do anything other than, you know, kind of swarm him just like his little, whatever people call it, popcorn chicken do.
I had popcorn chicken for lunch today. It was delightful. Thank you for
literally ate Argus. Is that what you're telling me?
I did. Well, I didn't find a weird eyeball in the center, which was lucky.
Lucky? Do you normally find weird eyeballs in the center of your popcorn chicken?
I do. Strangely, I don't know what it's about. It's Argus chicken.
Argus chicken. Argus tastes like chicken, guys. Confirmed.
So we got 2 more crystals for Cucco, and I think just 1 more for Rick. All right, he just has to.
Well, he just has to finish up Desert here, yeah. And Cucco's heading to Turtle Rock. So at least they're kind of synced up. That's the good news. Yeah. It's just a shame they put off Skull Woods for that long.
That's true. Oh, so Cucco's other yikes, almost losing it to the sky cabbages. His last one will be.
Oh, Hera. Yeah. He doesn't have that on the tracker. That makes sense. He can do that right before Ganon's Tower. Perfect.
Yeah, that one's a very fast dungeon.
Great planning.
Argus popcorn chicken is going to be on my snack list for next game night.
Why would you not?
See, I think you could do it if, like, you grab an onion and you draw an eyeball on it with, like, food coloring and put that in the center and then just stick all of the popcorn chicken around it.
Yeah, but then you're eating an onion and not Argus.
Yeah, well, I mean, Argus is kind of gross. It's an eyeball.
Go big or go home. I don't know what to tell you.
So, popping into Hookshot Cave to get, I think there was a piece of heart on top of the floating island, and it'll give Cucco 1 extra heart here.
That's amazing. He's definitely going for it. I don't blame him, man. Like, this sucks. Having like 4 or 5 hearts throughout the whole game. And he didn't even have blue mail for a lot of it. Oh, he's going to the shop. Very cool.
Very wise decision with the amount of hearts that he has. Yeah.
Alright, so I think we're going to move over to the Link to the Past Randomizer Discord and have a little chat with these guys.
Okay.
I'll see you there.
It's just like I was talking to you seconds ago.
Wait, who are you?
Hey now.
I'm just... Anyways, yo, it looks like DT and Emma are up in here. Congratulations.
Hello, hey.
Nice
Congratulations.
race.
Thank you.
Thanks.
How you guys feel about that one? There was some pretty interesting items in weird places.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mirror would have been the biggest one.
Yeah, I think that's the big one. I think Ether in Eastern was kind of interesting too.
Yeah, that too.
And
pretty...
Flippers on the
Spectacle Rock.
Spectacle Rock. How about that, Emma? How'd you like diving into the dark world?
You know
there?
what? You know what? I totally did not go into the water without the flippers. I don't know what you think you saw. That's definitely not what you saw. I was just testing you guys to make sure you were paying attention.
Well,
You're
actually,
just testing the waters. We'll just go
you
with
would,
that.
you would find it amusing if you go back and listen to the VOD where Alu's like, well, she's going to go do this. And I'm like, how is she going to do that? And he's like, oh, yeah, the flippers. He's like, well, she's going to go pick up the silver arrows. I'm like, how's she going to do that?
Yeah, I think I was just so excited that we were in go mode that I was like, all right, I'm going to do the swap and ice combo. And then that didn't happen right away. Kind of forgot I had to get the flippers first.
It was glorious.
Yeah.
I also really liked the moment that Mira was found, just middle of the eye bridge, stop, turn around, and leave.
Yeah. He was like, thank God you found it at that point. It's like, just turn around and leave.
Because it's annoying enough to go through anyway. Having Quarter Magic and Burna, of course I was safe, but with Kana Burna and the lasers, it was way beyond laggy. So yeah, get me right out of there.
Yep. Yeah.
But
I was
awesome.
searching,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, sorry. No, I was just gonna say I was searching for hearts at the end because I only had 7 heart containers and I was pretty nervous about that. So it was really nice searching for hearts, finding both the net and gold sword. So I was like, I don't even need heart containers now. It's perfect because I could just get fairies with the net, and then gold sword is the easy mode. So
I was about to
a little
say.
stubborn about the blue mail too.
yeah, I didn't
True.
have blue mail either.
True, but it was really awesome to see you go into ice and have the knowledge to go for that fairy room, because that paid off huge in Turtle
Yeah.
Rock. That was a huge
yeah.
payoff.
I
Yeah.
used that room a lot back in the day when I was first learning NMG, so it's ingrained in my brain now.
Very, very cool. We saw a lot of great teamwork between the two of you. Like, I really loved the pod Eastern split. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
And you guys decided to do that. And then, obviously, like, Turtle Rock and then Skullwood split was pretty clever as well. But you guys knew where the value was.
I think if we had Mirror, we probably would not have split Eastern and Pod like that. At least
Right.
I don't think so.
Probably not, because we needed to do one, and then, well, if you did pod first, you would have needed to save and quit. So it's like, well, one's a crystal, one's a pendant. Why not just split up, check them both anyway, and just cover more ground?
Yeah, made more sense.
And we do have Rick heading up Ganon's tower right now. We were talking about heart troubles. DarkCucco has been sitting here with 5 hearts for most of the game, having quite a bit of trouble in some of the dungeons. Just facing a lot of deaths, honestly. Just it's been really unfortunate. His route has just not led him to hearts.
They were all
Yeah.
hiding in Ganon's tower. Ganon has, been trying to give himself a heart, I think. I'm gonna let that go. Just let that sit in the air. Later.
Well, he's claimed so many lives at this point that he just has a collection. And there, DarkCucco goes again. Fortunately, he does have some fairies here, so he should be okay. But yeah, I mean, even you guys had very low hearts entering the Dark World. Like, you guys feel comfortable about your traversal in the Dark World with low heart count? I mean, you guys did pretty well.
Generally, I'm okay with it. I don't have too much of an issue. We just got to be a little bit more mindful, because most enemies will do more than 1 heart of damage.
Yeah, especially those Ropas or Popos, whatever they are in the Dark World. They're pretty ruthless.
Those are the squiggle monsters, I think.
Spaghetti
Official?
monsters, obviously.
Yeah. And also the birds, they do a lot of damage in the Dark
Oh, I
World.
hate the pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Oh, those
they
things
do.
are, and they're vicious. They like stick to you.
That's
Yeah.
why bird toss exists.
It's your only chance
well,
to
bird
get
toss is an
revenge.
accident, but yeah. Yeah. But no, it was fine. I mean, I really preferred the open seeds because I like the challenge of not having a sword and trying to traverse through the dungeons and the overworld without too many items or anything. Trying to figure out different ways to kill things. So I always enjoy that. But there does come a point in time where it's nice to have weapons and things like that. But thankfully it's never really a problem.
Well, you guys actually ended up getting Tempered Sword way earlier than
Team DarkRick, yeah.
That the play on Hobo was huge for your team.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Oh.
was good.
I kind of had it as a priority to check him because he was not so nice earlier today, and I just didn't want to take the chance of missing that.
And thank God you checked it, because yeah.
I mean, you guys did find all the sword upgrades, which was kind of cool. Like that Freezor room. In fact, DarkCucco had checked that Freezor room and actually managed to find that sword upgrade before you guys did. He did do a fake flipper into Ice Palace. We were wondering. I want to ask him like if they realized that Mirror couldn't be there, because that's really all they were looking for. But I guess he was a little bit behind, so they put him in a crystal dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we, I think, realized that Mir couldn't be there. We were discussing that because we were thinking, okay, where can we go next? And I was saying, well, I could do Ice Palace and you could do Turtle Rock. But I think there was a point in time where we thought, oh, it can't be an Ice Palace.
Yeah, Ice Palace is going to be a go mode regardless, because even if you fake flipper to get in there, the game thinks that you need the mirror to get the flippers to get in there. So the item we were looking for, the mirror, couldn't be in there.
Exactly. So it was good on you guys to realize that. I think they realized it too, because once he found the sword upgrade, he just pieced. So
yeah. It's nice to like be on a team with somebody else, because you can kind of talk these things out, and then that's when you realize, oh yeah, this can't be here and that can't be there. It has to be here or whatever. So that's a nice thing about teams.
For sure. And you guys also made like a really awesome play early game, deciding to do escape early on, and I think that put you a little bit ahead of Team DarkRick, since you did find the hammer and the hook shot almost right away. Oh, hey, there's Bombos.
Yeah, we found Bombos.
Yeah, it was in there. Yep, I think I picked that one up. Yeah, with escape, it was just kind of on a whim, because of course one person's going to start at Sanctuary, one person's going to start at Link's house, but if there's nothing in Link's chest, where do you go from there? You don't have bombs, you don't have any weapon. So the uncle area has 2 quick items. I was just lucky enough that he had the hammer that I could go through the rest of escape and actually kill the guards.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense, but it also just paid off big time, because we did see, I think DarkCucco went to the dam immediately, and that has 2 quick items that you can snatch up early on as well, but they didn't really pay off. I mean, you got a mushroom that didn't really lead to anything.
I think, what was that, Emma? 300 rupees for the mushroom?
No,
Yes.
It was, for the mushroom, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
The witch needed her fix.
Yeah. And
Some really good mushroom you guys were hawking. That's all we can say.
Well, it grew in like a swamp, so it was like full of nutrients or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the good stuff.
I'm putting quotes around nutrients. Rick opening the validation chest here.
By the way,
oh my god, he has hearts.
Getting the hearts finally.
Should be able to get all 3 of them.
Yeah, and there's also one upstairs that he can get after the fire.
In the mini Helmasaur room, yeah.
Yeah, right side of that.
Yeah, Rick just checked that out. But yeah, you guys had an awesome seed. Like, you guys were just racing through it. You guys made some really good calls, split up in some great directions. It was interesting also to see you both decide to do, I think it was Thieves Town, like almost back to back. What was the decision there? Because you split up a lot afterwards, but why did you decide to both do Thieves Town?
Boots were in the proximity.
Yeah,
and we just kind of decided. Emma did it first, of course, and then when she said the boots were there, I went and got those after Tower of Hera. And I'm already there, so might as well just knock out the Crystal Dungeon.
Yeah, because we may not have needed to go back there at all, really. And we barely did, I think, just to check Skull Woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was I think, the only time we went back to that area.
Yeah, well, you checked the... Oh, did you check the bat when you were there the first time?
Whenever I was able. I think sometime after Thieves.
Yeah, but yeah, we were barely there, so especially with Skull being a crystal or a pendant dungeon. You know, your chances of having to go back there are not super high.
Cuckoo's going to be real careful here. He only has 5 arrows going into the second round.
There are some arrows under that pot there.
Mhm.
Although
Did they not get silvers?
they did not.
I guess they didn't go pick it
Really?
up. They saw it, but they didn't pick it up.
Maybe they forgot or something.
Ooh, he's going to have to.
He's also
Wait,
pretty low on
um,
hearts.
Does he have fairies?
Oh, he got him.
Yeah,
Now he just needs to
got-
live.
Wow. Thankfully, there's fairies in a couple rooms away.
Yeah, he's got at least one to get him to that room if he needs to.
Yeah.
oh.
I don't
just-
blame him. Like, it's
Oh.
risky business.
Oh, he's stuck in there.
That
like-
You can go down
is
the
a
side,
problem.
yeah.
You can't go down. I think there's like a blocking one.
He's hitting the switch
Oh,
so many
no.
times. He has. I mean, you guys got quarter magic right away, so just making good use of it.
I don't blame him for any of these moves. I just think it's amusing what all's happening.
Yeah, just the constant like switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. That's funny.
Oh, and they have to do the silverless, right? Because they didn't pick up the silver arrows. I'm like, what's going on with this?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Rick's down to only 2 hearts right now. Hope he's gonna be okay.
He's got to get his rhythm down. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's starting to get into a good rhythm.
Yeah, Tempered Sword Ganon is really one of probably the hardest boss fight to learn, I think, in this game. How to do it well.
You
And
think
I
so
a lot of
over
people
like
realize-
cold stare?
Oh yeah, definitely. To do this well, I guess, is
Oh, that's fair. To get like triple hits, it's really
Yeah.
hard.
and to manage your magic even if you don't really know how, if you're using Fire Rod. But and
Well,
also not
quarter
dying.
magic definitely helps with being able to use Fire Rod a bunch.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I definitely
definitely.
agree with the decision. Ooh, taking a hit here. That is no good. But I guess he
Jumping
has
right back
time
into
Rick.
to jump back in.
I mean, I probably would have gone and pulled the safety fairy out of the tree.
Oh, I no.
Down by the pyramid first.
Ah, he's
Very
got
good.
this. He doesn't need no stinking fairy.
Oh, yep.
And a nice Landmo 2 from DarkCucco. Any other thoughts
I
about
have
this
nothing to say.
seed, guys?
I don't think so. That I can think of anyway. I mean, it was pretty easy and straightforward.
Easy and straightforward. Wow.
I mean, for the most part, it was. He had a lot of the only item that we didn't have early, I guess, was the mirror, but it was manageable with the dungeons we had. So, and then it was go mode for so many dungeons, which was nice.
Is Rick gonna have the magic here?
I
Have a
don't
blue
know.
potion? I
He
guess
does-
not, because he's dead. Ugh. This is rough.
I'm definitely gonna go after the fairy. I hope. And we're gonna be doing some digging time? Nope.
I think he's gonna go ahead and get some potions. Like, why not? You're so close by. You want to refill on magic anyway, you have 1,400 rupees.
Right.
Might as well go on a little shopping spree.
Use them up a little.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
All right, so I just pulled up the bracket. Looks like you will be facing off against the winner of Dat Lossit and Ninnies versus SM By and HX9. So that will be really interesting. I know Dat Lossit did have a match where he finished with like 5 hearts, so he knows how to do the heartless strats. We see some disrespect for the validation chest. DarkCucco, I like it. So how do you guys feel about that? Round 4.
Either of those matchups I'm nervous about. To be honest, yeah.
It's just gonna get tougher and tougher as we go.
Yeah. But it's good. We make a good team. We have good teamwork. So
I think the teamwork certainly showed in the way that you guys split up the game and went for things, and you're also, a big thing about 2v2 is you end up having just low hearts, low safeties, and you guys are doing really well with that.
well, thank you.
Agreed on all
Yeah.
counts. And I mean, how do you guys feel about open mode? Like the switch over to open mode starting in round
I
3
liked
here.
it. It was
I prefer
much more
it.
exciting than standard.
Yeah, definitely.
First 6 minutes for everybody are always the same. This is always a little bit different.
And the best part is you didn't have to do escape right in the beginning, which is the worst part of the game. So it's a big plus.
So, is it stay open mode all the way to the end then? I'm sorry, I should know these details.
Supposedly, swordless may be a thing.
Everybody would
end.
have to agree to it.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't mind really, but I'm okay with whatever.
Big step up in difficulty.
It is.
Needing to use hammer on Ganon is not fun.
No.
The
Phase 2.
phase 1 is not bad. Phase 2 is where it really
Mhm.
kicks into a gear, unlike you've seen before.
Mm-hmm. Phase
You
2 is
can-
just the worst phase.
Even with
Matter what.
tempered damage from the hammer, you can't use the cane, you can't use the cape while you're using the hammer,
Yeah.
like you can with the sword.
And you can't get as many like hits in. Like with the sword, you can get double hits in. If he's in the corner, you can spin him, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you can't do that with the hammer. So
Yep, you're stuck to 12 hammer hits. Best of luck with these spinning fire bats from hell.
yep.
Yeah, as it is, you can see DarkCucco struggling a little bit here with the fire bats. Man, when you add a hammer into the mix, things just get rough.
I remember when we initially swordless mode, when we were envisioning it, or when I was kind of like putting it together, we were going to have tempered sword sitting in the validation chest for people. And I brought it up with Carcat. I'm like, yeah, this is what I'd like to do. So I need to open up Aghanim 2, Curtain, and Skull Woods. And he's like, oh, you want to go swordless? Then let's make it so you can hit Ganon with the hammer. And I'm like, what?
You're like, I didn't
Also,
sign
you
up for
blame-
this.
You can blame
It's kind of
Cardcat for
like-
that then.
Yeah, you're just like, okay. Well, he's like, well, if you're gonna make it swordless, make it full swordless. Don't do this half. Like you have to have a sword at some point. So we're like, okay, and we make it so you can hit him with the hammer. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go test this. And I'm in there, and I'm like, phase 1 wasn't bad, and then I died like 15 times in a row in phase 2 trying to just figure out like timing and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a nightmare for people. Let's do it.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
as long as people know what they're getting themselves into when they download a swordless seed.
Yeah. And fun fact, actually, the swordless all dungeons run that Andy did at SGDQ used to grab the sword because there was no way to skip the uncle. So you had to grab the sword, then you would go drop it off to the tempered dwarves. So that you wouldn't have a sword. So they did actually have a sword for a portion of the run. But now they found a way to skip the uncle, so that's not a problem anymore.
I was gonna say, because with the swordless, if you drop like in the vanilla, if you drop off the sword, you get put in a different state with your sword, so that you can use the hammer to break Aghanim's barrier.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, you shouldn't be able to break it.
Oh, that's right.
Man, we've got like a race of sorts here between Rick and DarkCucco now. Facing off
Who's gonna
against
finish
Ganon.
first?
Yeah. Oh, looks like Rick's gonna pull ahead here. I mean, he did start it earlier, but good on Cucco for catching up.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
doing a really good job here. And, this is normally where Alucard would give the official SRL race time.
It is! And AdirondackRick has finished with an official SRL race time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 41 seconds. Does Cucco have another fairy? No!
I don't think he does.
Oh, no.
No.
He's doing so well. And the big trick to the sword, like to the arrowless fight here, is moving in like cardinal directions to avoid the fire bat. And that last one, he kind of just walked diagonally into it. Because I think Link moves a little faster in cardinal directions than diagonals, in a way.
He does. Cucco's gonna get a full refill on magic here. Grab himself a bunch of blue pots. He should be good to go.
Well, I'm a little surprised they didn't. I don't think they ever actually swam past the silver arrows. They didn't. They fluted to 8 to go to Ice Palace.
Oh, you're right. He went to Ice Palace and never checked Lake High. Maybe they don't know about it because they didn't do Hobo either. That's the sword upgrade
Nope.
they're missing.
Yep.
Yeah, usually you do the two hand in hand, so if you don't do one, you typically won't see the other. Interesting.
And then the worst thing is Ganon's hint was Light World, so
It could be anywhere.
It could be Mimic Cave.
It
Yes.
could be technically.
now Mimic Cave is listed as Death Mountain.
Is it?
I would hope so.
I guess I've never paid attention to that. Does he actually say Death Mountain?
He does.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
I hope. Again.
I don't read enough Ganon text, I guess.
Yeah, I'm
I-
usually
there-
committed by the time I get to Ganon. It's like, I don't think I'm gonna go leave at this point.
If it depends on like what dungeon. If he said something like, I don't know, desert, I would consider it. I would have the thought, but I mean, once you're there, it's faster just to kill him than to like flute off and mirror off and do anything.
I guess it depends on your comfort level, really, when it comes down to it. Like, if you're not comfortable doing tempered spins or master sword spins can be even more rough, then, yeah, maybe it's worth just saying, you know what? I'm gonna go to desert or wherever it is, Ice Palace. Misery Mire.
So it'd probably be helpful after this if we let Cucco know that you can use the blue cane in this phase.
It lags the game a ton, but it will definitely save you some damage.
There's no fun if you're not lagging.
The
Hey.
lag, and you can't charge a spin attack when you're using the cane either.
I get scared when you say that, Vitor. Because you're a developer on this game. He walked into Ganon! No!
Maybe he'll pick up a fairy this time to fill that one bottle so that he can avoid any like little mistakes. Which I think would be a good solid play. Yeah. I think the fairy text was one of the first things I translated one of the first things I finally realized what I was doing when I was translating text.
The Fat Fairy?
No, the fairy that you just saw there, the catch or release.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Before then, it was all just shots in the dark, and I was randomly like changing bits or bytes in the ROM. But now, I think I have a handle on pretty much the entire text table. To the point that I'm considering putting back Uncle dying text. I think though, would you want Uncle dying text in open mode?
Is there a reason to? I guess for fun? Funny
Well, I mean,
funness?
Because we removed, like, the uncle leaving the house where you'd get your first set of text. I mean, the reason that we have uncle text in the first part is that everyone has to go through it. We try to avoid other text boxes that would, like, ruin your day. Other than the guy on top of the mountain, he'll just ruin your day. Don't talk to him.
Wait, who?
The bully and his friend.
Oh, that guy. Is there a
Yeah.
reason why you haven't removed that text?
No, I made it longer.
Oh my god. Because he bullies you.
He's 100% a bully, and yeah, the text is very much longer now.
What does he say? Is it random?
No, it's currently set for, it's done in the full translation. So the ROM has like two sets of translations going on. There's the stuff that changes per seed, which is like Ganon text and Sarahala, whatever his name is.
Sahasrara.
Shovel nose.
Shovel nose in this particular game. And then there's stuff that's actually like in the ROM text table that will not change currently. That's where you have like the intro sequence to the game where it says episode 3 and all of that stuff. But I'm looking to go in and adjust it so that you'll have something different for open mode and something different for, say, one-hit KO if you were to do that. Plus, everyone needs to play more one-hit KO.
Yeah, about that.
I'm still working on finishing my first run. I can get all the way to Ganon's Tower and up to Land Mode 2. That's as far as I can get right now.
Sounds
Okay,
like
it
you
was
need to
tough.
practice open mode randomizer. That's basically what these guys are doing.
Only 2v2 where you like skip everything. Ooh. So close.
Super clutch. He's getting there though. He's persevering. Like, props to DarkCucco for continuing on, taking on this challenge.
I hate that you can hit Ganon when he's like not fully there, like when one of the torches is not lit with the
Oh.
fire rod. Like he's invisible, like kind of. How come I can hit him? Can't hit him with my sword, but my fire rod hits him.
So he's getting
I
a
mean,
few
you
good
can
hits.
walk into him. So
Like that?
When he's invincible, I don't like invisible there. I don't think you can walk into him.
I think
Oh,
you
can
walk
you
through
not?
Him.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Then that's
you-
because
super
so there-
weird.
Oh.
No! Please!
So close.
Oh no.
No.
That actually kind of reminds me of the tournament that we had. I got stuck doing Master Sword arrowless. I think it was against S Diesel maybe or something, where they had practiced it and I had never done it before, and it was just the most awful thing on earth. If you've never done Master Sword,
24 spins. Ugh.
it's just like the first time you do it, and also you have to get all the spins in before that, before the final phase. And I'm not patient, so. But this is good. It's he's going back. He's getting potions. He's gonna go destroy Ganon.
Like, I really appreciate his perseverance and patience. Like, this is rough, but he's getting there. I feel like he's been so close, too.
Certainly, I almost just want to be like, maybe you go check Lake Hylia.
Nah, he wants to make the plays here. He wants to do this silverless.
Actually, I feel like we've been very pampered with silver arrows recently. Because
Oh?
in the go ahead.
No, I was asking, oh, are we?
Well, like you remember in V6 of the randomizer, silvers were still at the Pyramid Fairy, so everyone would just kind of not get them.
True.
I'm trying to remember. I think I still got them pretty frequently, but that was early in my day of actually running the game, so I didn't know Silverless very well.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that terrible because like the pendants and crystals weren't shoveled at that point, so you would always be going to Turtle Rock last, just because it was like a better play.
Right. Yeah, I remember getting silvers and stuff before I learned how to do the, spin Ganon fight, silverless Ganon fight.
See, now that was a good use of the cane. That was really well done.
That was really solid.
Prepping for the torch glitch. I love that the torches actually go out one frame after the other, so that this glitch will work.
All right, you got this, Cucco. I believe in you. Let's see it.
Just slow and steady wins the race.
That's really what it comes down to for silverless Ganon, is you just have to be patient and get your timing right. If you feel like you're in a bad position, just like wait a cycle, come back to it.
Yeah, you don't want to be too eager with it for sure.
The other side is don't keep going to the outside.
Oh yeah, recoil, anything, it'll just knock you right off. Stay on the inside if you can.
He's doing a great job right now.
And the cardinal directions are, yeah, oh, it's like night and day. Great. That's okay. Yeah, I actually went and got the practice ROM and just did this fight like 20 times in a row. Kind of get a feel for it.
Yeah, if you guys aren't aware, there is a practice ROM for the game, so if you're interested in picking up and learning some cool, like, arrowless strats or whatever it is. Oh, he got him down!
Nice.
Nice. GG. But yeah, if you're interested in learning those, the practice ROM is there for you. So it looks like we've got DarkCucco finishing with an official SRL race time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 24 seconds. He was so close to finishing right there with Rick. Had that unfortunate death, but he did finally make it. Really awesome perseverance on his part. Let's see if these guys want to chat.
Hey.
Hello, and
Hello.
GG.
Yeah, GG. Rick will join in a short time.
Great. Man, bummer Ganon fight, but you stuck it out. You persevered, and you made it happen. That's what counts.
And I practiced my silverless Ganon yesterday. That's the worst part.
I think you did really good. It was the very last one you did there was like almost textbook with your movements.
Yeah, this is how it went in practice most time.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
It looks like we have Rick here. GG, Rick.
Yeah, thanks. GG to you too.
GG, Rick.
That
GG.
mirror.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how about that? Convenient location. Just have to get a pendant to get
Yeah,
the...
perfectly normal spot. Happens all the
mirror.
time.
Backtrack through the entire dungeon. That's nice.
How fast did you guys get the mirror?
It was our last item that we found, I guess.
'Cause we knew where Flippers was, so as soon as we got
Yeah.
the mirror, we could go and get Flippers.
I think it was about
Yeah.
51 minutes
Yeah.
in, maybe, that we had it, or 52, roughly.
Oh wow.
So,
That's when I found it.
That was probably a good 15 minutes before we had it.
yeah, about that. Well, okay, I used the fake flippers to go into ice first without a full clear.
Speaking of the
Yeah, I'm
the
interested in
fake
that
flippers,
decision.
Well, we were talking what to do, and I said, well, we don't have to full clear ice. We know that. Mirror can't be there because flippers are on Spectacle Rock. So why not? We have to go through there at some point.
And it
Yeah,
actually
it seems
paid
like-
off big time with that sword upgrade, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like the better idea was to stay separated instead of just going through the same places.
that's a good point. Yeah, to keep both of you working on stuff. Had you fake flippered up to Hobo, you would have found one more sword upgrade, which would have been nice. But you would have also seen on the island the silver arrows.
Oh. Yeah, we were talking about where could silver arrows be in Lightwood, and nobody of us came to had the idea of, oh, it could be on the island or Hobo.
Yeah, that's that particular part of Hyrule, the lake area, had 3 sword upgrades and a silver arrow upgrade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would do it.
Yeah, when we came there, we already knew flippers were on Spectacle Rock, so we had no intention of going to Hobo.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
so
but by the time Hobo even reached my mind, was like, okay, it's pretty much a sequence break, and the mirror is going to be the last thing we need for go mode, so we're gonna skip it.
Yeah, logically, you didn't need to do that at all, so it makes a lot of sense not to do it. It's just unfortunate that there was so much value there in terms of just, convenience. Having extra sword upgrades, because DT and Emma did both have Butter Sword and Silver Arrows.
That would help out, definitely, yeah.
And they actually found that Hobo sword upgrade fairly early on, and I think that gave them a little bit of a leg up. But you guys did also make some big plays. Like, you guys went into Eastern Palace kind of early and found that Ether Medallion, which played a role here.
yeah. I unfortunately didn't watch my health close enough and died to the anti-fairies, else we could have skipped the big chest on the second trip.
Yeah, you were playing a low health game the entire time. I feel for you, and I run one hit KO. I really feel for you.
Up until Ganon Tower.
Yeah, how about the first 3 items in Ganon's Tower being Heart Container, Heart Container, Heart Container?
That was amazing and really sad.
Yeah, just you missed certain things. You missed the opportunity to make yourself stronger, and you really can't fault our choices there. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it certainly would make the game a lot harder to when you're sitting on low health the whole time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it definitely would have helped with Turtle Rock, Master Sword Trinex.
I was pretty scared of Cold Stare, because he usually gives me trouble at 9 or 10 health with Blue Mail.
You actually pulled that out with 1 heart. That was a great fight at the end.
I'm just surprised I got through Trinex without taking a hit. Normally I get bullied by Trinex pretty good.
It was a beautiful fight, man. I was like, I don't think he's taking any damage. What's going on over there? He's been rocking it with Master Sword. And then you busted that hammer out and just knocked him out. It was awesome.
Yeah, just a shame Turtle Rock didn't have anything important in there.
Yeah.
For the
Well,
god
it was a good check. It was a good check for sure. I know DT and Emma split between Skull Woods and Turtle Rock, and that's how they ended up finding their mirror. But
yeah, that's
DT was in the
understandable,
same
and-
position.
Yeah, we had Meyer and Skullwoods left.
Yeah, we were like, okay, it's either in Skullwoods, Misery Mire, or the mirrors at the pedestal.
Which we were all hoping for. But
Yeah, No offense, we were hoping for that.
Well, we were actually hoping for like book at pedestal, but other than that, yeah, basically mirror at the pedestal.
What's it? A book at pedestal, mirror at ether.
Yeah.
Well,
That would have been something.
I was thinking stuff when I found shovel at Sharashla,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then it was 20
Yeah.
rupees. Goodness.
Did you guys find the book at all?
No.
No.
So we have no idea where that was. Okay.
No.
It could have been at the pedestal, I guess, but you guys still had plenty of
No.
Ganon's tower to check.
Yeah, and Meyer, in our
pedestal-
case,
Pedestal. The shield upgrade, rather.
Oh, right!
Yeah. True.
It did have a
It did
shield
say that it was a
upgrade.
shield.
It said that at the end. You're right. Which is still kind of interesting, but yeah, it was still a really awesome race to watch. It's just that you guys didn't make that Skull Woods play until literally the last thing you could really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough not getting to Skullwoods early because you saw I went through there early enough to try to see what were in the first 3 chests, and I'm like, without Fire Rod, there's nothing else I could do in here, and didn't turn out until later on when I finally got through Palace of Darkness, when we finally got the Titans meant to make it over to where the Fire Rod was.
Right, I guess that disincentivized you from doing that.
Like, there were certain things I could have done differently, like remembering what character name my file was on so that I don't accidentally have to save and quit 5 times because I choose the wrong file name.
I was wondering about that, because I was like, he has Quake checked off, but that chest isn't open. What is happening? And then we were like, oh, it's on the wrong file.
I scrolled down the wrong file, and before I know it, oh, I don't want this one. No, I don't want this one. No! And then forgetting the ice rod before going into Turtle Rock.
Quake was in Sanctuary, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I never checked. I don't think I ever started from Sanctuary.
Wow. That was required for Misery Meyer, right?
Which we didn't even go into.
yes, it was
Yeah.
required for Meyer, and well, Meyer had nothing except if that would be a Crystal Meyer, would be beautiful in Go mode. Big
Yeah.
key at the bridge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
And
very.
then by the time he was making his way over to Vitreous, I'm like, oh, here's the mirror. Thank you, Mothula.
Yeah, he was almost there. He was like, I know, moving the wall or something. That was around when you found it, I think. He's like, I'm in a cutscene. So, let's take a look at the bracket here.
We'll go kick some butt in the top bracket there, guys. We'll do our fights in the bottom.
We'll try.
All right, so we did talk to Emma and DT about their potential next match, but you guys are going to be up against Hey Tallman and Flaming Rock, or Spider and Blade Wolf. These are players I don't know, but how are you guys feeling going into that?
I think we'll feel fine here in the basement here for a little while. We were talking about this before the run that, you know, we knew we were up against 2 good opponents in DT and Emma, so if we get bounced to the basement, we get to bounce to the basement, and we'll do business down here. But, you know, we've got a few things we're going to work on as far as just making sure that the map gets checked a little bit better. Never be afraid to fake flipper your way to Hobo early on. Now watch the next time he has the validation arrow.
Hey, I mean, sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, that's just kind of the way, like, the cookie crumbled. It just didn't fall on your side of the table, and Emma and DT ate up all the crumbs.
Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations to you guys and kick butt.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice race.
Good luck in the next round.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
And maybe you guys will meet up in the finals. You never know.
We'll see.
I'm sure this isn't the last that we'll see of them between the other tournament that's going to be starting and whatnot. I'd imagine you're both joining.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm actually not sure myself
Okay.
because I will focus more on my main speed game, Pokemon.
Nice.
Very
Nice, have fun
cool.
with that.
Yeah, thanks. Just have to find the energy to redo the run from last weekend that I couldn't end. I was running this Pokemon Gold 212 Pokemon no major glitches run. 20-hour beast.
Whew,
Wow.
that sounds pretty intense.
Well, 20 hours is the world record. After 27 hours, I gave up.
Yikes. Well, sounds
Yeah,
pretty
well,
exciting and fun.
Yeah, it's fun but hard. So I have to see how much time I have for the other tournament.
Yeah, fair enough. If that run takes 20 hours plus, I don't blame you. But hopefully we'll see more of you in this tournament because this is heating up. We're getting into some round 4 action soon. Trying to finish out round 3, getting to round 4 soon. So good luck to both of you guys, both teams. You guys had an awesome showing, and we'll look forward to you guys in the future. Any last words?
Sure.
Not
Alu,
really, but thank you.
thank you so much for restreaming this again. And Vitor, thanks for hopping in on commentary.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Sure thing. Our
Great
pleasure.
race.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. I think there's going to be some more 2v2 races on twitch.tv/smite. And tomorrow, starting around 5 p.m. Eastern time. I know there's going to be one race, and then I actually have my race with Wild Anaconda 69. So we're going to have our round 3 match following that. So make sure you tune in at twitch.tv/smite and check it out. Thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you soon. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Oh yeah, and thanks Vitor for holding down the commentary with me like a boss.
It's all you, my friend.
Oh,
You know.
me. Nah, it was all you. That's why you're a special guest here, knowing all the ins and outs of the randomizer development and everything.
But if I tell people too many secrets, then they'll know the secrets.
No, then there'll no longer be secrets.
That's how it works.
Yep. All right. See you guys.